Hey guys, it's your boy Football Talk, and today we got the last big update of Madden 25 is here. Shout out once again to the boy Eric Rayweather. We always react to his videos on this channel, and he got another one. This one is a pretty long one, so I'm interested to hear and see what the update is about. Yeah, without further ado, let's jump right into this.
Of Madden 25 is officially here, or at least I think it's the last update. There could always be a smaller one in March, but last year they stopped updating it in February. I'm pretty sure they're going to be doing the same thing this year. Now that they have 2 football games to work on with college, it seems like they've stopped the updates a little earlier in the year than they used to, but nonetheless, we did get a pretty big X Factor and Superstar update, which is usually one of the last updates they do every year. We usually get these players changed around twice a year, so we got our last one, I think, in November, and now we get the end of season update for those X Factor and Superstars. So we're going to go over all the people that changed, the people that lost their X Factor and Superstars, and everything else. If you are new to the channel and you never want to miss out on any of the important news for Madden 25 or the upcoming Madden 26,
it's going to be interesting to see who lost their X Factor.
Make sure to subscribe and turn the bell.
First week of not having the NFL season. How you guys feeling?
So let's first start with Jaden Daniels, the rookie. He went all the way up to X Factor in his first
Let's go, and he deserves it.
Happen. In fact, this may be the first time a rookie has ever gotten an X Factor. I'm not 100% sure, but
did y'all hear that? That might be the first ever time a rookie has got X Factor. Jaden fucking Daniels is a different breed. He's a different breed. Them LSU quarterbacks, hey, not even quarterbacks. LSU is the NFL. Been telling you guys this, man. That Tiger blood, hey, put something in you. And we talking about the real Tigers. We ain't talking about them Clemson. We talking about the real boys. Them Baton Rouge boys, yeah.
I believe he is the first. Maybe Sauce Gardner might have gotten it, but I think Jaden might be the first. Yeah. So this is pretty crazy because this is just not something you typically see happen. But with the type of year
I'm gonna look that up and see.
I mean, he got all the way to the NFC Championship game, the best rookie season for a quarterback we've ever seen.
The Washington Commanders was in the NFC Championship game. Let that sink in.
Jackson, the best running, scrambling quarterback in the NFL. Then he also gets some pretty good abilities here. He's got gutsy scrambler, roaming deadeye, and sideline deadeye. So a lot of abilities.
And his accuracy downfield is incredible.
Something that he likes to do. So that is one of the newest X Factor players for the Commander fans. Next up is Joe Mixon. Now I don't think
boy
X Factor before. He could have been one time. He's definitely been a superstar player before.
I think he was.
I don't recall him ever being an X Factor, but I mean, he arguably had his best season, even though he's been in the league for a while and he's been pretty good for a while. Only thing ever really held him back was some injuries at times, but he's always been a really good running back. But this year,
for him in the playoffs, he won the best running backs in the playoffs.
X Factor, which is just really good for breaking tackles when he gets in the zone. He'll, truck people more, stiff arm better, kind of break those tackles. And then for his regular abilities, he has Bruiser.
And his catch out of the backfield, man, he is so underrated.
And he's got backfield master, which is really good because that means he will get extra hot routes. So he'll get those extra running back hot routes like a Texas route and things like that. So that is a very valuable ability. Another Texans player also got X Factor, Derek Stingley.
Who else? Another year. LSU.
Kind of had a little bit of a slower start. Sauce Gardner was kind of the big, cornerback from that draft who kind of just exploded right away. But Derek Stingley really in this year picked it up, and he's become one of the best cornerbacks in the league. So he's getting the shot.
He's a lock. He can take on your number one guy and lock him down.
Really good. It's going to help him get his hands on more interceptions, and he's got the deep out zone KO. So if he's in like a cover 3 deep zone, like a deep third, or a cover 4, quarter zone, he's gonna have better reactions. So you might want to play like more cover 3 or cover 4 style defense with the Texans because he's gonna react really good in those types of zones.
Okay, everyone is trying to come up with crazy ways to skip ads. Like, chill, guys, just download Pi. This Chrome extension takes
Going back to the Commanders here, we actually have Terry McLaurin as well. Now, he's been an X Factor before, so this is his second time. I believe he wound up getting demoted to Superstar, but now he is an X Factor once again, as he just had the best season of his career. Now that he has finally a really good QB at the helm, he's got the
numbers that he put
X
up
Factor, which is different than what he had last time around. When he was an X Factor before, I believe he had Rack 'em Up or Yak 'em Up, which was a couple years ago. So this is a new X Factor for him. He's got the double me, and then he's got Outside Apprentice, which gives him better hot routes. He's also got Acrobat and Deep in Elite, so deep in routes he's going to excel even more. Now we're going to continue on really quickly, but I first want to shout out today's sponsor, Underdog. They've been a huge supporter of the channel, and if you like sports and you like winning money, then you've got to be on Underdog playing their pick'em game. Is Vita Vea of the Bucks. Now, I think he might have had X Factor before and got demoted. I can't quite remember.
He is
but
too damn big to be this athletic.
Which is a pretty
Vita
good
Vea
and his abilities are
gives your offensive line and your quarterback nightmares.
I think he probably already had those because I think he was at least a superstar player this year. So Fearmonger is just kind of the new one there. But one of the best nose tackles in the league, so that makes sense. Here's a new player we haven't seen with X Factor.
My opinion, he is the best.
He's been in the league a few years, switched teams to the Packers this year, and he had his best season.
Oh, McKinney definitely
he has
was
got
a dog
the shutdown X Factor, and then his abilities are Acrobat, Pick Artist, and Mid-Zone KO. So he's going to have a better time getting those picks, but also in a mid-zone, like a deep third and a cover 3, kind of that center fielder zone, he's going to have better reaction. Next up, we have Buda Baker of the Cardinals. Now, this is not his first time with X Factor. He definitely had this a few years ago. Then he got demoted to Superstar. Now he is an X Factor once again. He has Reinforcement, which is one of the less common ones for DBs, but it just gives him a higher chance to defeat run blocks and disrupt catches, so he kind of knocks the ball out and he can block shit against the run quicker. His regular abilities are mid-zone KO, tackle supreme, and flat zone KO. So he's got some pretty good abilities there. If he's in a flat zone or a mid-zone, you know, so kind of like think yellow zones or hard flats, he's going to have better reactions and ball knockouts, and he's going to tackle very well. And another new player with X Factor, we've got Bijan Robinson, who had, you know, a really good year this year. He was good as a rookie, but he definitely stepped it up a lot more in his second year. He's got first one free, which just means he's going to have better jukes, spins, and hurdles. When he gets in the zone, he can fake out players more. His regular abilities are pretty good. He's got Jukebox, which is one of the best ball carrier abilities. Energizer.
I think it was his juke move that was like the deadly one.
Moving on to the new superstar players, we're going to start with Jahmyr Gibbs. Now, I really feel like Gibbs should have been an X Factor as well.
What?
I feel like
How is he not X Factor?
I feel like Jahmyr Gibbs is like the same tier as Bijan. I feel like he's right there with him, honestly.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
Maybe next year he'll get it, but he did get upgraded to superstar.
He should definitely get it.
Most important because honestly, X Factor player is cool and all because you get like the big X under.
Right here,
Sanu.
He definitely need to be up here. One of the best at his position. It's not even close.
So he's got Jukebox, which is going to help him fake defenders out with jukes, and he's got Reach for it, which will allow him to get those extra reaches, you know, to convert those short yardage into first down. So those are pretty good. We've also got Brian Branch of the Lions becoming a.
He's definitely going to be. Watch, he's going to be an X Factor. He's going to be an X Factor soon.
Than they had been in past years. So he's got Acrobat and mid zone KO, so going to be better.
And I like Joseph too.
Interceptions and the mid zones, he's going to react better.
My boy Lapoya too.
Here of the Broncos, you don't always see linemen get kind of promoted to superstar as much. There's very few of them in the game, so when you get promoted, you know you're doing pretty well. So he's going to have secure protector and post up, so just going to kind of be better at, you know, pass protection. So good ability for him to help protect Bo Nix. Next up, we've got Trey McBride from the Cardinals. Great year this year. Not a lot of touchdowns.
Ooh, my boy. I ain't gonna lie to you. I became a fan of him.
He was doing pretty good work this year.
Like towards later of the season when I was watching a little bit more Cardinal games
he gets additional
on my own.
At any position. So if you line him up at tight end, he gets extra hot routes, but if you line him up even in a receiver spot, like outside or in the slot, he will also get additional receiver hot routes. So that's pretty cool. And he's got deep in elite, which means he's just going to perform better on deep in routes. So like a deep dig, short post routes, and things like that. Another tight end, Brock Bowers. I mean, right out of the gate,
my boy,
alongside Jaden, that you could have argued could have been pushed up to X Factor. The thing with X Factor is
definitely
they only keep it at 50 players, so sometimes there's always going to be like 5 or so.
Oh, I did not know that. So they only keep it at 50. Oh, okay.
Brock Bowers, best rookie tight end season we've ever seen. But again, he has route apprentice, something that's kind of rare. Maybe they're making it not as rare now because we just saw 2 tight ends get it. But George Kittle for the longest was the only person that had this. Even
I just saw his numbers. Like literally maybe like yesterday, they was stupidly impressive. I don't think I've ever said that word before, by the way. His numbers, rookie, his rookie tight end numbers was crazy. And I don't think people actually understand how crazy they were until you look it up and also watch his highlights. Hey, if they got highlights of Brock Bowers, let me know in the comments below, because I'll do a reaction to it.
Travis Kelce didn't have it, but they're giving it.
He
to
was one of my favorite players to watch in college
and he's got
football.
deep out elite, which means
My favorite tight end by far.
He's gonna have like better route running and catching on those. Next up, we've got Zach Bond of the Eagles. This one hurts because my Saints had him and we just really never utilized him. Then he goes to the Eagles and he becomes a defensive player of the year.
Man, oh man,
So
what a
just
moment
crazy.
for him.
But I mean, phenomenal year.
If y'all saw the mic up moments of the Super Bowl,
better on hit sticks. He's going to kind of just, I think it wipes out the zone.
he had amazing interception in the Super
Which
Bowl.
means he's going to have better catch knockouts against running backs. So honestly, not the best abilities in the world. It's better than nothing, but not two of the most like sought after ones, I guess you could say. Another Eagle here, Dallas Goedert. Kind of surprised he wasn't already a superstar because he's always been a solid tight end, but definitely kind of stepped it up a bit this year. He's got arm bar, not very typical for tight ends, more of a running back ability, but he's going to be able to stiff arm the heck out of people, which makes sense because Dallas Goedert does stiff arm the heck out of people, so it does make sense for him. He's got tight end apprentice, which is going to give him extra hot routes at the tight end position, very valuable, and he's got short out elite, so little short out routes and things like that, little zig routes. He's going to get better route running and separation on those. Here we got another Eagle. I mean, look, they won the Super Bowl, so clearly, they're going to get some upgrades here. Quinyon Mitchell, another rookie moving up. He's got acrobat and flat zone KO, two pretty solid abilities for him. So with flat zone KO, if you're playing with the Eagles, you might want to play some more cover 2 because that's where you would get the most out of Quinyon Mitchell with those abilities. More rookies here. I mean, look, this was a great rookie class. Brian Thomas,
Another
the better rookie wide
LSU.
honest, not the best abilities in the world for a receiver. I mean, acrobat's good for diving catches and stuff, but it's not the most necessary thing.
He's the only reason why I watch Jacksonville
Brian
Jaguars.
Thomas.
I'm
This
gonna be
feels
honest
like weird
with you.
abilities for him because he's such a deep threat guy, makes big plays down the field. It feels like he should have something a little bit more tailored to that because if you're using Brian Thomas, you're not going to have him on short out routes too often. You're probably going to be sending on deeper routes because of his speed. So not the best abilities in the world for Brian Thomas. Hopefully next year maybe they upgrade him with some better stuff. Next up, we've got Jonathan Grenard of the Vikings. He's got tackle, supreme, and mid-zone KO.
He was a monster this season too. This past season too.
He's going to, not really get broken tackles on him too much. And mid-zone KO, so if he's in like a yellow type zone, he's going to react pretty good. So not bad at all. Those are some pretty decent. As far as linebacker abilities go, those are pretty decent. Another Viking, Andrew Van Ginkel, one of their other linebackers. I mean, look, their defense was pretty good this year, so it makes sense that their guys are moving up.
Where was their defense ranked?
So really, this is going to be more so,
they had to be top 5
at shedding blocks against the run. So you might not want to run to his side of the field because he's going to shed blocks pretty easily. And outmatch is going to help him versus like running backs in coverage. Moving on to the Patriots here, they had no.
Let's go.
Unless somebody lost one. Right now,
the Patriots.
Another young corner here. I think this is his second year, so kind of similar to Stingley, right? Like was solid in his rookie year.
This boy
stepped up more
was
in the second year.
great.
Acrobat
He was locking.
KO. So if you're
Lockdown,
playing with the Patriots, right,
lockdown.
if you're a Patriots fan, if you want to take advantage of the one guy with abilities, probably play a little bit more. I accidentally skipped over here. Probably play a little bit more man defense because short route KO is going to help him on short routes in man coverage. So, not really much you can do with just one guy with abilities, but if you want to take advantage, I would just say try to tailor your defense to some man coverage. Moving on to the Bills here, we have James Cook. Definitely the best season of his career. Ton of touchdowns this year. Played really well.
This is why I felt like Bills was built to get to the
animations
Super Bowl.
and backfield master, which gives them the extra hot
For a
route.
couple reasons, but this was a big one. James Cook.
That's always a plus. Another running back here, Kyron Williams. I thought he already had abilities, but I guess he didn't. Now, he's been in the league a couple years, been solid both years. He's had
this
reach
year
and
he
armbar,
was
not
he
the
was
best
on
running
one.
back abilities. Armbar is cool. I mean, if you want to take advantage of him, just use the stiff arm instead of trying to juke or spin. But
He had a lot of highlights
like
this
to see some
season
better
too.
ones, but better than nothing. Moving on to the Packers, we've got Josh Jacobs. Now this guy's been all over the place.
He was a third.
Sure, he's been a superstar.
I think he was the third running back in yards and stuff like that.
That's what he does in real life.
It was running back year. It was the running backs year.
That's how you're gonna want to use
this year.
Josh Jacobs. T. Higgins.
T. Higgins, big play T.
sounds like the Bengals are going to try to franchise tag him again because they definitely don't want to let him get away. He's got acrobat and deep out elite, which makes sense for the type of player he is. He makes a lot of big catches. He makes a lot of those big catches on the deep outside routes like fades and stuff like that. The one-on-one catches, we see him go up one-on-one. You know, it's not really a 50-50
NFL sack leader.
80-20. So
recognize,
it's not the
put some
best
respect
abilities
on
in
his
the
name.
world, but it makes sense for the type of player he is. We've got another rookie, Lad McConkey. I mean, this receiver.
This dude right here. Oh my! If I was a betting man, I'd be rich. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Oh my goodness, bro. The amount of people I saw like on Instagram and stuff losing money because of this guy, because they bet against him. Damn. This dude right here, I already knew it. Coming out of Georgia, he was that dude. I ain't gonna lie. Depending on what the Chargers do in the draft, I mean, cause they already got one of the top defenses. Depending on what they do in the draft, shit, they gonna be one of those teams. Trust me.
Which makes sense for his player because he's kind of that guy in the slot on some shorter routes a good amount of the time.
I think they're gonna make it tough on the Chiefs.
On short slot routes, and then short and elite is just specifically for short in routes. So if you want to take advantage of Lad, keep him in the slot, keep him on shorter routes more so than longer routes because you're going to get, you know, more of the benefit of his abilities in that way. But sometimes I think slot-o-matic and even short and elite, I don't know if this is still as much of a thing as it used to be like a couple years ago, but sometimes these abilities like short and elite and slot-o-matic or short out elite, sometimes they will also trigger on like medium routes as well. It's kind of sometimes inconsistent. So really, sometimes you get a little bit more bang for your buck with these because they will activate on certain routes that they're not supposed to. So just keep that in mind. Another wide receiver, Drake London, been in the league for a couple of years now, but really kind of took his big step forward this year. He's got acrobat and short.
It really started last year, and then he just,
not the best in the world.
I mean, he was like right here, Drake London last year, and then he just went
medium routes as well, but I don't know. I would like to see
out of space.
Some different stuff, just kind of based on the type of player that he is. Another guy for the Bills got upgraded, Greg Rousseau. He's got BOGO and Speedster, so basically just different pass rushing abilities that's going to help him shed blocks a little bit more consistently. Another Lion here, we've got Kirby Joseph. I think he might have led the league in picks. If not, he was very close, so pick artist makes sense for him. He's going to catch more picks, and he's got deep end zone KO.
I don't know who led the
like,
league in picks,
cover 3 deep zones and stuff like that. He's going to activate a little bit better, so you want to keep him, play cover 3 with the Lions, because I believe that Brian Branch has mid-zone KO. So if you set it up right, Brian Branch should be the guy in your mid-zone, the yellow zone, the hook curl or whatever in a cover 3. Kirby Joseph is in the deep third in the cover 3. You've got 2 guys that are going to react very, very well. And for the Texans, we've got Will Anderson Jr. I would say that he probably should have already been a superstar, so it seems a little bit late on him.
Well,
reach elite, which is okay.
fucking
Edge
deserved.
threat is the good one here. Edge threat's one of the best pass rushing abilities, so he's gonna kind of shed blocks a lot quicker than he was. And I believe,
he was defensive rookie of the year last year.
But both of these guys together, I mean, if you just play like kind of vanilla coverage, whether you're just playing all man across,
or is he a
the board,
rookie
or
this year?
Kind of standard
was he a
cover
rookie
3
this year
or whatever. You've got
I know he won the rookie defensive player of the year. I can't remember.
Defense better, and then you've got Stingley, who now has all these abilities, right? So he's got the deep out zone KO. So I would say kind of stick to the cover 3, cover 4. You've got a cornerback that's going to react really well, and then now you've got 2 pass rushers that can get quick pretty. Or get free.
No, he might have been a rookie this year.
Here are the players that
because I think him and Jaden
can't. To superstar. We've got Devontae Adams. Obviously, he did not have a great year. Marshawn Lattimore was banged
he played
up,
on
and then he
one of
didn't
the
look
worst
good in
teams.
the playoffs, so he got demoted. Debo Samuel, C.J. Stroud actually got demoted to superstar as well. He was an X factor, but he kind of had a step back this year. Nick Chubb was demoted to superstar as well. DK Metcalf.
It's hard to follow up what he did his rookie year.
David, all demoted to superstar. Now, these players were superstars, and now they have nothing. They have no abilities anymore. Some pretty
Justin Tucker deserves
this. We've got Travis Etienne Jr.
And we all know why he was
Tucker,
not kicking well.
We know why Justin Tucker was demoted. Well, honestly, his play kind of fell off a little bit this year, but I don't think that's why he got demoted. I think it's because of the other stuff going on. Usually when things like that happen, EA kind of removes stuff from them because the NFL kind of tells them that they have to. So, that makes sense there. Keenan Allen.
He was too much in the massage room instead of
he's not quite
the
the guy he
training
used to
room.
be. Amari Cooper, Brandon Ayuk, Rashawn Gary, Breece Hall. That's kind of a hit for the Jets. TJ Hawkinson, Hassan Reddick, Jalen Waddle, Trayvon Diggs, kind of a surprising one here. Zach Martin, another
but
surprising
Diggs
one. That's
didn't really
big
have
hits
a
for the
good year.
Cowboys there. And Isaiah Pacheco.
Yeah, Martin is getting
Now,
up
recently
there.
found
He
out
got a lot of miles
something
on him.
about the future of Madden.
This was a good video right here. Might be the big last up. Probably is the last big update for Madden. Yeah, man, oh man, I see a lot of LSU in the NFL going up, and I'm loving it, loving every second of it. That's gonna do it for me, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this reaction. Love you guys, and let me know in the comments below, who do you think deserves a X Factor? Bye.